I'm back and I want to recreate that. That is beautiful. I'm gonna let you know. Melissa Hernandez, she's actually one of my dear friends, but she did this look on Sydney and I just think it's so beautiful. Now I might have some insider information on how this is actually done here. We had a little phone call about it. She's like, Rose, listen, I didn't use white pencil there. That's just bare skin. So I've got the inside scoop on this look. Also, she used Armani for all this look, but we're gonna use some more affordable makeup. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to mainly use, I mean most of what we're gonna use is gonna be affordable. Definitely affordable. I'm gonna use one expensive makeup product only because I got so excited about how it looked yesterday in the car. This right here. And then we'll use these concealers. But the liners, the blushes, okay. Chaos dog. Anyways, this is gonna be the only pricey thing that I'm gonna use because I get it. Sometimes we just gotta glam on a budget. But I will say, some things are exceptional, and this is very, very exceptional to me. So she said that she used concealer all over the eyes, so we'll just apply this with our C31. Let me adjust this, there we go. I still don't think that's right, but here we are. So we'll go ahead and apply that all over our lid and bring it over this way. And I do want to mention that the concealer I'm using is it's a very stiff concealer. It's really great for spot concealing or something like this, because if I were to use a very creamy hydrating concealer, it would not lay as nicely on the lid and it might even be too thick and kind of mix in with our eyeshadow and then not show the colors as true. Concealer is very tricky, and that's why I always suggest an eye base, but this look, we're doing it just the way Mel did it. And also we're just applying enough just to kind of even out the lid. I don't mind if it's not completely opaque. I don't mind if you see a little bit of the veins going on. It's kind of a really lived in, pretty grungy look. Just enough to just give that eyeshadow something to grab onto, but not enough to kind of cover everything. Moira Cosmetics eye pencil, super affordable. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this along my top waterline. I'm gonna worry about the bottom. Now she did tell me very specifically that she used a very tiny amount of black, but only on the lash line. So we're gonna just do the smallest amount and then we'll kind of smudge this and transition it later. So that looks about right. And then I think she did this situation and this situation, leaving the center bare. So I'm actually gonna grab a lighter brown. This is also from Moira Cosmetics, it's just called brown. And I'm going to lightly go over this and it's gonna lighten it just a little bit. What she used on the waterline here was a little bit lighter than black. So we're just gonna shift it a little bit. I don't have a color that's that exact shade that's affordable, so a little bit of mixing. It's always a good idea. Okay, but how cute is this palette? Look at this. Look at it. It even comes out like it's a flippin' CD. It's from Nosta Beauty. I hope I'm saying that right. Look at this. I grabbed it because this kind of taupey shade here is going to be perfection. But then I grabbed it and I was like, y'all, this is just too cute. It's got a little playlist. It's a little CD. I love it. So we're gonna grab an E27, of course, and then we're gonna grab this really pretty taupey shade here, this one. And I don't know how pigmented these are, so we're just gonna grab a little bit and we're gonna start to, my first day doing a tutorial, hang on now. There we go. We're gonna start to tap that above, and don't worry about any kind of creasing. Remember, nothing is set. And you wanna take your time, because what really makes this look really beautiful is the layering and the transition. Wow, that is pigmented. Ooh. So we're gonna go ahead and start to connect it under here, and we'll start to build our kind of wing shape. Just keep tapping. I haven't dipped back in. By the way, this has been one of our recent top sellers, and this one is going extremely fast. Robert Welsh actually was talking about them and how much he enjoyed them and how he even repurchased more. So that kind of made my week. I haven't talked about it because we've been in meetings and just been so busy, but yeah, Robert approves. So recently these have just been going like hotcakes. And I know what you're all thinking. That's pretty. We're gonna have to use that. Wow. Look at that. Now, whenever you're tapping like this, you might want to come back and just continue to add depth to the lash line. Just like that. Just that little bit of depth just kind of keeps bringing that dimension. Also, just keep tapping. I'm going to put that on something. Just keep tapping. So now I'm kind of going to take whatever's left in my brush and just push it through here. If you need to, you can tilt your head back. And we're just gonna bring it out just a little bit through there. So I was told by Melissa, listen, Melissa. She said that she actually didn't apply anything through here, but you're gonna notice something. Sydney is so fair, so beautifully fair. So the black and the brown isn't going to pop on me quite like it's gonna pop on her skin. So I think I might have to add something a little more brightening through here to kind of get it look like this. I love the way it looks right now, but it doesn't look like that because she's so fair. And that contrast between her very beautiful skin here and the black and the taupe, it's making it pop. Mine don't do that. So I am gonna grab my concealer brush, the C31, and with whatever's left, I'm just gonna tap it kind of clean through here. And this will act as a little bit more extra base for what we're gonna lay down. What I'm gonna lay down is going to be very close to my skin tone, but you can see that it just doesn't pop that same way. I'm just gonna grab a shadow that's very close to my skin tone, but a little bit brighter, and I'm just gonna tap that through here. There you go. Now that's gonna give you that effect. She told me not to. She specifically said, don't put anything there. Mine just wasn't popping the same way. So we're gonna grab our finishing brush, and I'm picking up that same shade that I used here in the center of my lid, and I just kind of pressed it across here and on my brow bone. And now that everything's set, also that makes my eyes look really nice and brown. Now that everything's set, I'm just gonna soften everything and make sure nothing's going to crease later. And we're not done. We have to finish our foundation because we still got to finish under here. And instead of being so sharp, it kind of comes out a little bit more rounded and very diffused, but that looks really pretty. Told y'all we needed this shade. I'm gonna add a little bit more because it's really popping in the pictures, the other pictures that she posted. But again, it's that contrast from her very beautiful fair skin to the black and the brown. But on me, it'll look like that. So Mel does beautiful skin, some of the most beautiful skin I've seen. I remember that's one of the reasons I followed her. I remember I found her, I guess 3 or 4 years ago, and I just fell in love with her work, and then I DM'd her, and that was when I was in LA a lot, and I'm like, I see you live in LA. I want to be your friend. That's basically what I said. I'm waiting to see what lashes that she used. She's not texting me back. I'm gonna cancel this tutorial now. Okay, so I know that she used Armani Luminous Silk, but this really reminds me of Armani Luminous Silk. This is the Sephora Best Skin Ever. I've been using it quite a bit, so we'll just pump some out here on the back of my hand, and I'll type out the shade. So I already worked it in over here. We'll work it in here. We're using a C41. Works in the foundation beautifully. This feels so similar to Luminous Silk. So we're on to something here. In fact, you'll notice I never really grab it. I used to really like it, but I feel like a lot of brands kind of said, hey, maybe we can do that. We're gonna grab the Sephora Collection Concealer. This is the shade Biscotti. I'm probably saying that terribly, but you know what? I try, and you know what else? I'll eat it. So we're gonna work this in with our Anissa Beauty Angle Concealer Brush. This mess. So now I'm gonna grab Givenchy powder on a puff. And we're gonna work this one in. I'm gonna use this one because I feel that it really sets everything, but it somehow still looks like skin. Pretty. Okay, so while I'm setting, Melissa just texted me back and she said that she used individuals. And listen, I ain't got time for that. I gotta wipe this off and do another look. So I'm gonna go find a strip lash over there that looks pretty similar to what Sydney has on, because individuals are absolutely beautiful. If you take a second. Back into my Surratt palette, I'm gonna grab just a little bit of this powder here, and we're just gonna add that on top as a finishing powder. I'm telling you, there's something going on with this powder. This stuff is incredible. So I haven't done this side, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Also, this brush is a prototype, so it's not available, but I'm kind of vibing with it. Let's just use whatever's left through here and look at it. I like the precision on this brush around my brows too. So let's go ahead and do this side. I haven't done this one. Wow. Yeah, this is going to be hard to do because of the formula. Sometimes formulas are just, they're magnificent. So this one's hard. This is really good stuff. I just realized that my powders are something that I can't not use. Okay? It's powders. Powders are very specific and very difficult. I'm looking for the lid to it. I went absolutely feral. So everything else will be affordable, but I think it's just something to do with powders. I'm very particular. They're very hard to dupe. I lost the lid. No, I didn't. There it is. Please forgive me. Okay, I am allowed to do strip lashes. But she did mention that the lashes that she was using, they were very, very spiky, and these seem to be pretty spiky. So here we go. These are from House of Lashes, and I'll type them out. Pretty spiky. Okay, now it's gonna get good. Back to the Moira brown eye pencil. And we're just gonna bring that out of the lash line. Notice that I'm tapping. Even when I do a liner like this, instead of swiping, just kind of dotting is gonna help us not lose control of it. Now we grab the E27 and we start to smudge. But we need to make sure that this through here is completely bare, because that's really what gives it that really cool look. We can also kind of finish this wing situation. Oh, and I forgot to show you, I'm actually using this shade from the palette, and I'm grabbing that on the tip of the brush. We'll smudge it here and here, and then I'm gonna flip the brush. You gotta see the way where it's at. So we want the pointier side to start in the lash line, and then we'll just start to wing it. I'm telling you, this brush right here, you need it. Now again, just to make it really, really pop, I'm actually gonna grab the C31 and the lighter shade of concealer here. And I'm going to really enhance this. That's cool. So this is the mascara I've been using at the moment, Double Trouble from Essence, and we're just going to load this on. So of course, for doing affordable, I'm grabbing my LA Girl bronzer, and Sydney doesn't look too bronzed, so I'm really trying to just do this lightly, and I'm failing because I really like bronzer. And Robert Welsh actually talked about this brush, how he loved the way it just fits right here. I mean. Okay, so this is the blush color that was used. It's up here if you want to screenshot it. It's in Mel's caption too. I'm trying to find one that looks like that. It's called a red, but I mean, is it red? Is that red? That could be red to some people. It's not red to me. It's more of a berry? A pink berry? Well, now what frozen yogurt? So this one's gonna be a little bit brighter, but by mixing in with this, it's gonna bring it back to more of that pink berry. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab it here and then we're gonna grab it there, all right? And we'll just apply it ever so lightly through here. And that yellow is kind of gonna tone it down and bring it back to more of a skin color. And her flesh just looks very natural like that. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I found a dupe, a pretty close dupe, for the lip that Mel used. So get ready for that. But we're gonna start with Marvel Cosmetics Barely Blossom. I will say this is gonna be, what I'm gonna show you is just gonna be a touch more beige. So you definitely want a pinker lip liner like the one I'm using here. Okay, see that? So this is a little beige, but like I said, if you apply it with a pink lip liner, it's pretty close. I know that it feels so similar in texture, and they might even have one that's an identical dupe, but I feel like this formula, dupe. So I was noticing how round her eyes look, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the brown eye pencil and I'm just kind of gonna round it out there. Now it looks a lot more like hers. My eyes are definitely more almond shaped than hers. She has very round eyes, so I'm gonna create that illusion. You can see that difference. Okay, we're done. I gotta go edit like the wind. I love this look. And I love how adding this kind of roundness here really brought it together. Sydney's eyes are so much more round than mine, but that's what makeup's for. You can just change the shape. It's so much fun. All right, I love y'all so much. Make sure y'all follow Melissa. She's so wonderful, and she's one of my dearest friends. So I had to recreate this, and I absolutely love the way it turned out. I feel spicy, super spicy for my nighttime walk. I love you all so much. Remember, on weekends, I don't do the tutorials. Sometimes I surprise y'all, but I have a lot of catching up to do. So much catching up. Out of control. Okay, I love you all, and I'll see you in the comments tonight.